Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This will be our third episode of Streaming Blueprints. We had decent progress last time. We had a lot of really short days, but we were able to open the gate on the west side of the manor and get access to the new exterior room. We have a couple of short-term goals. I'll probably go through them as we're playing, but I think right now mostly we're just trying to draft rooms because we still only probably seen about half of them. So tonight we'll just be doing some runs and getting some rooms in our manor and talking through them as they come up. Day 6. Here we go. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to mention from last session that I should have called out. I mentioned it in our Discord chat. Collect our allowance here and start walking towards the exterior room to place for the day. But we placed an exterior room called the Trading Post, and within the Trading Post we solved a sort of a block puzzle kind of thing that got us that allowance. That's what reminded me of it. Sort of the clues, or the puzzle itself had some clues to a later puzzle, which are reiterated in other places. But I'll just call out that the particular puzzle we solved had mountain symbols on it, and we were trying to turn the mountain symbols yellow. So the association between mountain and yellow actually is important. All right, so let's see. Root Cellar is the only one of these we haven't done, so I'm going to choose Root Cellar for our exterior room today. Root Cellar has a bunch of dig spots in it. It makes dig spots a lot more common in the manor. It has a whole bunch of potatoes and vegetables and stuff in here that we can't eat, which is actually kind of annoying. But it also has a family tree, or part of a family tree, most of a family tree. So I don't know how significant this is. Shane has been doing a really good job of keeping tabs on who the characters are in this game. So this sort of illustrates the union of the Epson and Sinclair families. Mary Epson, of course, is our character Simon's mother. She is the daughter of Simon H. Sinclair and Clara Epson. Herbert is our uncle, the owner of the manor who recently passed away. We haven't really heard about Lionel Epson yet, or Lord William Epson, or Lady Ashlyn, Baroness, let's say Aruvai, or Aruvel? Can't even read it. Kind of wish I had a magnifying lens. Or Baron Thomas Sinclair, although we have seen a statue of Baron Sinclair, I think. I think we have. Anyway, here's a bunch of people that are in our family. I don't know how significant that is. But hopefully we can grab a shovel today, because we're going to have lots and lots of dig spots. We haven't been doing, I would say in the runs we've done, they've been a little lean on items. We just haven't been collecting items very much. I'm used to getting, a couple a day, 2, 3, 4 a day. We just really haven't gotten hardly any. Okay, I think I'm going to start with the breakfast nook here, just because I like getting that bacon and eggs right away and the extra key. Can lead into the parlor. I think I am going to immediately solve the parlor puzzle because we have no gems. I'll get us kickstarted on having some gems. Let's see what this puzzle is.
Trade the key.
All 3 boxes are empty, so that's false. This box and the blue box are empty. That could be true. And the black box contains gems. That could be true. So if both of these are true, it doesn't matter their true state, I think. If I'm thinking through this right, I think they're in the black box. That sound right? So both of these are true and this is false. Ironically, I'm much worse at doing these logic puzzles quickly, so a lot of times I'll run through something like that and it won't work, and then I'll I'll not understand why. Well, we can't turn left here. Early for commissary. I think I'll take the morning room. Get some more gems. Well, we do have a lot of gems. Rabbit's foot. That'll help us get us some items.
Piles of dirt on the carpet.
Yeah.
That bothers me so much.
Well, if we get a shovel, we can dig a hole in the middle of the dirt. I'll place the West Wing Hall here. Oh, it doesn't matter actually if I can get the ladyship's bedroom yet. That's gonna matter more when we finish our Zelda puzzle. So I was thinking through. I'm sharing half thoughts here. That bedroom we can only get by walking the West Wing southward. It's a hard to draft room, so it would be good for us to get in there eventually, but it's more important when we have the chess puzzle available to us. I think I'm going to take nursery here. It does cut off sort of our exploration, but it'll give us a nice benefit for some of the other early exploration we can do. We got us a key in here, because we do have a lot of exits back by the entrance yet. And we'll do den. Gosh, we are getting a lot of gems.
I hope it pays off.
There's a trunk in the in the den. I think I'm gonna do storeroom. So many gems. So many dig spots.
Almost saying start if we can get all these things these opportunities we're creating.
I like hallway here. And since that's got a fourth key, I should have done this before I crossed the threshold, because it would have had the key either way. I'm actually going to use it to open that trunk. We got a gem, a key, and some money. Yeah, it's not a bad start. Let's see. Drawing room, terrace, bedroom. I'm going to do bedroom for the extra steps. Whoops, we lost Dan.
Says he'll be in and out a bit.
Ah. What do I want here? Probably the observatory. So day 4, I think, is not directly correlated to a sequence of stars, so it'll be a... Oh, maybe it is. I'm a liar. Diamond is 4.
It's more gems.
Yeah. 11 gems. That's so many gems. I think it's gonna be chapel, but I don't actually need to go in there, so I'm gonna place chapel and go back to the entrance hall. Well, that's a dead end, but we do have a package. So let's place the mailroom to collect our package. We have not ever collected a package, I think.
Correct.
Here we go. Lockpicks, gems, and keys. Well, that's a lot of the basics. So now we just need to not block off all our exits.
Are there any other letters or anything delivered in there?
We haven't successfully done that. In order to get more letters to be delivered, we need to successfully complete experiments with that as a reward.
All right.
We actually haven't completed any experiments yet. I like dining room here. Oh, there's a coin purse. Coin purse improves our money intake. Every time we collect 3 coins, we get an extra coin for 3. For free. For 3. Both. Oh, secret passage. Well, let's try to force the... Maybe we're actually going to get in the antechamber today. We're going to try to force one of the two hallways we're always looking for. I think I'm going to take the Great Hall here. Even without the foyer, it's pretty good, especially because we have a lot of keys. And the lockpick set. The lockpick set does actually work on these interior doors here. So, that's the exit. I'm just going to roll on them all. What do we got here? Closet. I kind of want to keep this going. I'm going to put the spare room there. Let me roll on these other doors. Wow. Well, we got one.
Yeah, 1 out of 6. Well, I guess 2
Two
of 6.
technically, yeah.
Yeah.
We can do... Billiards room will get us a key. Don't want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Any food? Every once in a while, there's an item over there in the corner. Time for math! Alright. 2. 19 minus 13 is 6. I think the hardest part is finding them on here. There's 6.
3 o'clock.
There
East.
we go. 7 times 2 is 14. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Oh, long one. 17 minus 2 is... No, sorry. 17 minus 15 is 2. Times 20 is 40. Divided by 10 is 4. And we got the silver key.
Silver key.
Silver key is a special key. It just unlocks a regular door, but it makes it more likely that a 4-way passage will be on the other side. Oh, security room? Yeah,
Nice.
I mean, this run's going pretty good. I'm feeling good about this run. Immediately hit a security door, but I'm gonna turn the security doors level down. Turn the offline mode to unlocked, as we always do. Can't get through there until we turn the power off or find the key card. Oh, it's the boiler room. Oh boy, okay. Well, I'm gonna place it. We haven't been in the boiler room yet. This is a new one, and there's a lot of stuff going on in here. So, usually I have the boiler room like in the configuration I want. This is like a bunch of like pipe puzzles and stuff. So we have these sources of steam, which we can turn on, and then direct them to various places. And there's kind of like 3 or 4 things we can do with that. I guess I should just walk around and talk about all the things we're trying to power and then try to power them. So this thing, this is a series of panels that have strange markings on them. We can actually power this device and it will move these up and down so that you can see all the panels. I think this is a code to something. I don't know what it goes to. So keep an eye out for rectangular 4x4 grids of things where a pattern like this might be significant, because this is, I'm guessing this is the solution to it. This is a ramp that extends here and an electronic gate. All of these things will need powering to navigate this room properly. This guy over here is an elevator. The elevator is up right now. Let me see if I can get that elevator down. Here's another...
Let's go
Oh,
the way
interesting.
around.
I can't turn that on without moving this. That's funny. All right, so first things first, I gotta power this, which I think I can do just by rotating this many times. There we go. All right, can I turn it on while it's moving? Probably not. But anyway, here, I have an animated GIF of this, which I can share later. But this is the that's got to be a puzzle, right?
How could it not?
Okay, now that I've moved this out of the way, I can turn this on. That's part one. Yeah, let's power that elevator. I didn't power the elevator, I powered the door. How do I power the elevator?
It's got to go all the way around from that new place.
So, this is an exit to the room that needs power. This is a door that needs power. And this is the generator itself. So, instead of powering all the things I just called out, we can actually power the generator and have it generate electricity to one or more of the exits to the rooms. And this is where I talked about it briefly last week, but there's these ducts in several rooms, and the ducts either connect to an item that can be powered in each room or extend to an adjacent room so that we can spread power around the manor. The one we want to do as soon as we can is we want to provide power to the laboratory. So let's see, how do I get the power in these three places? I want to do this. It's gonna be one of them. This is gonna be one of them.
I think you need the elevator to turn on the second floor power. You walked past it when you were up there.
Okay, I
Oh,
may.
you can do that. You got it.
So I will turn the power on. And I will feed it to the right here. Now, if I open the doors, does that turn the power off? No, good. The power stays on. All right. So I can go through here, and here's a powered room, and we're going to cross our fingers and hope it's the lab or something we can use to extend the power. Let's see how we did. It is nothing. Well, all that, but the state of the boiler
GG.
room will remain, so it'll be, we don't have to solve that puzzle again. We can just turn it on and power stuff. But I think the right choice here is pantry. There's some money and an apple. We are ready to get us a commissary if we can. I think courtyard is the right choice here. Come on, shovel.
Navigation.
Oh, we got a sledgehammer. That's it without a shovel. Here's our lab, but unpowered. I think I'm still going to place it because it's the middle of the day and we might be able to achieve some experiments. Oh, we got the magnifying lens.
I have a list of things to look at.
Oh, cool. Tell me some of them. Do we have any of them already? Here we can look at this periodic table. We'll see that the symbols are actually written in if you use the magnifying lens. That's how I
Mail
saw
room,
it. Ooh, yes, we have the mail room.
entry hall,
We do have the entry hall. What did we want to look at in the entry hall? I don't remember.
the stamp,
Oh, yes, exactly.
nursery,
We have that.
and the temperature note while we're here in the lab.
Yeah, wow. That's very convenient. All right, well, let's set up an experiment and then we'll maybe backtrack and do some of those things. Or maybe we'll save that for when we're out of forward progress.
Yeah.
All right, so our options are, oh, we got an allowance one.
Ooh.
We're definitely going to do that. All right. Oh, boy. None of these triggers are very good.
Yeah, we didn't take the archive, but that was there.
We still could, and it might still be worth it. I think these other two are going to be pretty unlikely. So we're going to try to grab us an archive and then roll some archive rooms. Get our allowance up. Okay, we wanted to look at this note over here. Complete thaw. cooler is unaffected, is what it says. And that is true. That is the part of the two-part puzzle to unfreeze the freezer that I haven't worked out. You can unfreeze the freezer, but there's a cooler in there, and it remains frozen, and that's kind of annoying. All right, let's proceed on from here for now. Oh, well, here's the archives. All right. Well, I got to pick it. I want to do the pool, but I'm going to pick the archives. And then now we're just going to let fate decide all of our remaining picks, I think, just to get our allowance up as much as we can. Yeah, this one. Hey, it's the laundry room. I don't think we've been in the laundry room yet. So the laundry room's interesting. You can, in the laundry room, interact with these devices and launder your money, of course. So you can choose to swap the value of your gems and your money. It costs you 5 to do all of these things, or 5, and 10. Your gems and your keys, or your keys and your money. There's a secret fourth option over here if you supplied power to the laundry room. And this one's really good. This one will let you swap your stars and your allowance. So it's easy to build up stars. It's a little bit harder to build up your allowance, although we're doing pretty good. So that's a great way to get a whole bunch of allowance at some point, especially later in the game. Yeah, I'm just going to keep going. We're going to act like this day is trashed because I'm just going to pick the archive plans for the allowance, because you should definitely always do that. This one. We got? Oh, it's a closet. We got a keycard, though.
That gets us further.
I will have to... Well, I haven't turned the power off, so that's fine.
We have to go through security anyway, so...
Wrong way.
Turn the security rating up.
Oh, yeah. I definitely will. Oh, it's the furnace. I think it might not matter. I think we only have one more door in its interior. But for 3 or 4 allowance, I will definitely do it. Weirdly, you can provide power to the furnace, and if you do, it makes a key.
Huh.
Yeah, just the Great Hall is left.
Okay, I see security has the duct, but it leads to the billiard room, which does not, so nothing.
Right, and interestingly, like you can't reverse. So the powering is only when you draft it. So it won't power the security room from the boiler room, for example.
That seems incorrect.
I kind of agree. Okay, well, we're going to use our 3 remaining keys to open these doors. Try to find the way... Well, never mind. We're going to use her to open this door. Archive. Yeah. We got the gem. Alright, well, that concludes our day. So what are the rooms we need to visit? We need to visit the...
Nook, mailroom, entry hall, and nursery.
Alright, so those are all way backwards. And actually, it might be faster to go through the chapel. In the chapel. A little bit of money. Okay, well, here's our stamp. Our stamp is a blue stamp. It says Morajai, which is the name of a nation. The White Sea of Yor. It's got boats. That will be added now to our records in the library because we've looked at it close up. In fact, there is a stamp in here. That might be what we were looking at here. A
one of the
red
two.
stamp. The grand realm of Fen Ares. In fog we are lost. In fire we are found. Features a red banner. Is there something else we wanted to look at in here? Probably.
The letter to Denny Ravane.
Did they prove he was the one that stole the Baron's mail? It says there. That's it. I wanted to look at in here this symbol to see if there's anything meaningful here. Billiard puzzle notes. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
It
Tell you all
explains
about it.
exactly how to do the billiard puzzle. And over here it says Sinclair has many secrets that he will take to his grave. Antechamber appears to be sealed by all four sides. There must be a way to open. Cool. That is new information for. Well, I mean, I know that I knew that information, but I did not know it was presented there. Nook is the other one. No, that was Nook. What was the other one? Nursery.
Nursery. And then we still have Dark Room, but no way to draft it today, so it stays on the to-do list.
We're gonna look at something in the Red Prince. I think I wanted to look at the book in the book. Oops. This thing. It's just the words from the book. Prince had a love for all things red. It's only the only true color. Oof. The prince often said. So, okay. Not significant, but now we know. Well, I guess that's it. There's not really anything for us to do outside, so and we're out of steps anyway. I'm just going to call it, and we'll go to day 7 with our new, was that 4 allowance we got? So a total of 6? That's a pretty good start.
Rolling in cash.
It's a respectable villa.
It's respectable. I mean, all the rooms are full of dirt, but it's an aesthetic choice.
Six money to start. And we started with 4 gems. That's nice. No keys, though. All right, what's our room today going to be? I think there are 8 total of these, and we've seen 5 now. Is that right? Maybe only 4. Okay. Well, we're going to do the schoolhouse because that's the only new one. There's a couple of successes from drafting the schoolhouse. Oh, wow. The sledgehammer is here. I didn't know the schoolhouse could have an item. That's nice. So here's a guy named Herbie, signed his name on this desk. Here's our final gas puzzle lever.
Ooh.
So we solved the Zelda puzzle. So after this, I'll take us over here and we'll check out this. This is actually an elevator that will take us to part of the lower area here.
I'm assuming the Herbie on the desk is Herbert Sinclair, so this is
Probably this is an older version of the schoolhouse. The schoolhouse got moved into the manor. There is a note here. It's a closing address. It's very dirty. It says, "The last 38 years it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meager as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spent our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank Lady Epson for our most gracious host today. I'm just not reading well today. For not only paying attention in my class those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on our behalf, on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be distant, blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer, of course, is the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal, and my reluctant successor, who I might add forced me to give this speech. So I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I'll admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps in building Reddington's yet another school, and also allowing us the use of your own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. Well, there's another March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow when he hears the children running through his halls. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today, whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet peace. And yet, what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow demerits upon? Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I'm still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at the slightly less melancholic ribbon-cutting ceremony next year. Better joke to end is a note. P.S. Remember to give Mrs. Peterson her gift. I think that's all that's interactable in here. But what the school does is it actually adds 8 classrooms to our drafting pool. A classroom is always a turn, always contains an apple, and has progressively more information. Like each
Elevator
class.
outside.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot the elevator. Thank you for reminding me. Each one has some information that you would learn in a grade in the school that you would attend here at the Manor. So, a lot of in-game information we're going to get from that. There is a way to get the 9th classroom, and if you can draft the 9th classroom, you actually take a final exam, which is a series of 50 questions that are extremely difficult to solve, and I have not ever solved them all. So this elevator takes us down to this little corridor here, and there's a few interesting and noteworthy things within. The first is this clipboard with this note from the foreman here. It's foreman's log number 3, 7/12/1915. As our client, Thomas Sinclair, suspected, the arches that were visible from the south cliff were part of a much longer arcade carved into the rock face. Last week, when our crew first arrived, only 2 supporting pillars were visible, but only after a few days of clearing vines, moss, and dirt, we have uncovered a dozen more. Our exploration so far has been limited and entirely superficial, as every shaft we have surveyed has ended abruptly, and every promising path leading deeper into the mountain has been blocked by tunnels packed tight with soil, rock, and debris. This site is either much older than we had first assumed, or someone deliberately had these chambers buried. Anything else here? But I'm going to poke around just a little bit, just to be thorough. Next we have, this is nothing. Here we are. It's the chess puzzle. So this is the thing we've been paying attention to the chess pieces in the rooms for. So the way this works is actually you can take these pieces and place them anywhere on this board, which is a map of the manor, but they will only lock in if you have drafted a room in the spot that corresponds to the piece. So now, once we have all 6 pieces in our manor, we can come back here and solve this puzzle, and it will get us a cool once daily power. There's also a crack in this wall here, which we can bust through with the powered sledgehammer, should I be able to collect it. It's interesting that there's water here. I don't think that's relevant, but we can raise and lower the water levels in a lot of places, so it might be that we can lower it there. And this room is sealed for now. And over here, we get a really, really old copy, the Foreman's copy, of the book called Realm and Ruin. Realm and Rune, Sigils of the Past and Present, by Professor Willard. So a lot of the pieces of this book are missing. I think it's identical to a version we can get in the library, and I'm still going to just go through what we have and and read it. There's a date here. It's written in 1905. Maybe I'm not going to read the partial text. I'll summarize. So it talks about identifying the sigils of a nation. And each of the 8 nations in this game has a sigil, and they look kind of like this thing over here. So it talks about breaking down the pieces of the sigil. So it's composed of 4 things: a core, that's this piece; dividing lines, those are these pieces here; the moats, that's these little symbols in the perimeter here; and the border, which is this thing, which corresponds to a color but also has a pattern on it. I assume that's to make the puzzle accessible to people who are colorblind. We will ultimately, one of the late game puzzles we're going to try to solve is we need to know the complete sigil for all 8 of those countries. And things like the block puzzle with the colors that we correlated with the mountains. So the mountains are actually a core. They're a symbol of one of the nations. So we know that the mountains are yellow, so the sigil for that nation is yellow. The stamps are all partial clues to that. So we know, like, the blue nation has boats, for example, or that the red nation is Ben Aries. So this just, I will, again, I'm not going to read this book. I'm just going to summarize because we'll get a more complete copy of it. I'll go through it a little slowly, though, just in case there are differences between this version and the version that we can get from the library.
Screenshotting everything.
Yeah. So, just taking my time. A lot of pages torn out.
Yes, I hear. Got it.
So the rays correspond to the weather in the region.
Got it.
The moats correspond to, like, the type of culture it is: tribal, agricultural, martial, metropolitan, academic, industrial, spiritual, or poetic.
Yep.
The borders are just the color. Did you miss that?
Got it now, thank you.
And here's the symbol for Fen Aries, and it explains what this are. And these are, I assume, the foreman's notes as to what Fen Aries is. So it's got banners, that's the moats. It's a martial culture. Oh, maybe that's the moats. What is banners? Red? Banners? Well, the color is red. And it's foggy, that's what the rays indicate. And the main means of travel, he doesn't say. But it would be... Do we have the travel page? No, the travel page is ripped out. Alright, well, we'll piece that together when we get the actual book. But this is our first clue about it. And that's all that's down here for now. So mostly now, this is for the chess puzzle. Although, we can open this door from the basement and then have a way in and out of the basement from the exterior at all times. I don't actually remember how to get the 9th classroom. I'm hoping it'll just actually be a piece in the classroom when we place our first one. Classrooms are very easy to navigate. They let you re-roll based on the number of a particular type of room you've placed so far, which the classroom counts as. So, oh, conservatory. I think we got to do conservatory.
Looks good.
All right. I think I'm gonna increase the rarity of the drafting studio, because that will actually let us get more floor plans. That's probably how we actually get the classroom. So I don't want it super common because after we, well, no, I don't want it super common because after we get all of the floor plans we can get in there, it's not a very useful room. I'm gonna set that to unusual. I don't like the Chamber of Mirrors. Is this as rare as I can make it? Okay, good. We're going to leave that one rare. And I do like the dining room, which I think I'm going to make common.
Yeah.
All right. Good adjustments. Quick glance to make sure I'm not missing any items in the room. I don't see anything.
Can't take the shears.
I wish. Interesting. Well, it really was to have a library. But I'm going to take a storeroom.
It's a pawn room in case we...
We got a pawn and a rook so far. That's not bad. The hard ones are king and queen.
I guess that's true.
I think closet. Key and a die. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a single classroom yet. Hey, a trunk. We have just the ticket.
5-finger ticket. Or a 10-pound ticket. We've got infinite money. Take the chapel.
I think it's the right choice. Oh, right after I get the commissary. I think I'm going to place the pantry.
Yeah.
Take the money and the
so we don't have to
food
come
and
back.
then, yeah, leave. Because 8 money is like the magic number for buying any item at the commissary. So I'd like to keep 8 money if I can. I guess I'll go left first. Hey, here's a classroom. Oh, but it's the courtyard. Not the courtyard. Give me that shovel. Nice.
Yeah.
Honey.
Random detritus go.
One of the experimental triggers is whenever you dig up junk. So that's one that's pretty easy to satisfy. Passageway is good here. Although
Navigation.
we're running a little low on gems, so hopefully we can replenish soon. That'll do. Give me an item. 2 dice. I'll take it.
Oh, did we read that newspaper?
We did. It's the obituary of Sinclair. Should I read it again?
All right, I'll have to view it later.
I can go through it really quick.
November 5th.
Yeah. In the blue hours of Wednesday morning, the venerable Baron of Mount Holly, Herbert Sinclair, passed away at the ripe age of 73 after a prolonged struggle with a heart condition that had been kept from the public eye until his final days. Esteemed as a pillar of society and renowned for his penchant for crafting puzzles, he was a source of endless fascination to our readers over the years, this wording is so awkward here, not least through his popular column, Baron Bafflers, which he penned for over a decade. The particulars
of my notes where I've already seen this before. Carry on.
Aha! That's a terrible place for the secret passage. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Terrible place for all of this. in the bedroom. Key. Oh, the vault is here.
Some big numbers.
It is some big numbers. Do I spend 3 gems to get infinity money? See a new room, but it's a dead end. Maybe. Yeah, we're placing tiles. We'll do it. So this is the vault. In the vault is the date. We can actually see what day it is here. It's a very direct clue as to what the date is. There's also a big pile of money on this table. Every time you come in. And now we have more money than we can possibly spend in a day. Within the vault are some treasure-looking things that you can't really interact with. And a big bank of safety deposit box for which we will find 3 keys. Now, there is a late game clue that it's a rook room too. There's a late game clue that says something we're looking for. So again, as we get to the end of the game, there's going to be a bunch of sets of 8 things we'll be collecting. We've talked about some of them already. Some of them are the letters, for example. We'll be looking for 8 of those. I talked about decoding the sigils for the 8 countries a moment ago. That is one of the things we'll be looking for. We will need 8 sanctum keys, and thankfully we'll get clues to where the sanctum keys are located. Now, one of them kind of suggests it's in here, but I haven't solved that puzzle. I've only found 6 of the 8 sanctum keys. So this room is significant somehow, if I interpret the clue correctly, but not in a way that I know how to solve yet. So file that away in your memory, and when we have more context for that, I will remind you and we'll talk about it again. This is another one of those.
It's one of those security boxes.
Well, no, I don't think so. In the security boxes are actually passports for your mom, my mom. What's her name? Mary. It's her picture, but each has a pseudonym on it. So like fake passports, and there's 3 of them. So maybe that is significant, but that's all I've been able to find. And again, we need to find the keys and the vault in order to.
What are the lowest and highest numbers of
that's
these?
An interesting thing to observe. So 1 and 372.
All right. So any number in that range, 3-digit number in that range, is potentially interesting.
That 1 is upside down. Do you see that?
Yeah, I guess so. Slightly offset.
Well, now I want to look at all these numbers. Dang it. Is that just an art problem, or is that a clue to something?
Yeah, you tell me. They all do look a little offset, like the 270, the 0 is clearly upward aligned, so I'm kind of thinking it's okay. Find some 11s. That would be, actually, I guess the 100s are also going to be good to see all the 1s and see if any of them are weird looking or just completely in shadowed that we can't see.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to chalk that up to nothing for now, but I will never forget that, and we'll be thinking about it as I'm trying to doze off. 371 and your freaking upside down 1. All right, where were we? Yes, exploring the mansion. Here's a secret passage, so we can probably force the doors here. Don't have a lockpick set or anything, though. Still going to put it in, and we'll just go through it for now. A classroom.
Really cutting off our forward progress, but
Yeah. Well, we can proceed north through the Great Hall if we can find the exit.
you can redraw as well. Maybe
That's true. I think that's a good call. Thank you for reminding me of that. Oh gosh, are none of these good?
Yeah.
Come on, give me something that goes north. Oh, music room.
West Hall.
Well, I got to take billiard room to give us an
To
easy
progress.
path forward, but music room is a good one. Okay. That's a key. 2. 2 times 10 is 20. 3 times 2 is 6 divided by 6 is 1. 16 minus 10 is 6 times 5 is 30 divided by 10 is 3. 2 keys. I think we do library here. We'll have our book. We ordered a book last time, The History of Reddington, so we can finally look at it. Most recently, it was taken out by me. This is another way you can get the day. Well, not the. You can get the date, not the day of the week necessarily. M. Lowry, Lord Evanson, and Anne Babbage. I don't know if these are significant, but I'm going to make sure we pause and pay attention to those just a little bit each time.
Screenshotted.
So this is a modest account of our town by Sir Andrew Darrell. The third largest city in Fen Ares and site of its former capital, Reddington is synonymous with the mountain's mystery and magic. Most tourists head straight for the boardwalk and don't get much further than the botanical gardens. However, Reddington is much more to offer. So already we have, in the final exam in the classroom, this is how we learned that Reddington was the former capital of Fen Ares. Spectacular scenery, a historic castle, and charming underground bazaar reward visitors who wish to explore further. Reddington is that type of unique, enchanting place that lingers in your mind and memories long after you leave her. Reddington's most popular attraction and a guaranteed crowd pleaser, the Botanical Gardens, is loved by both locals and visitors for its Ageran Canopy House and Mausoleum, its petal-covered trails, and mind-boggling variety of flowers. This is the reason springtime is Reddington's busy season. Situated just east of the Botanical Gardens, let me start that one over. Situated just east of town, the Botanical Gardens offer a scenic, captivating tableau of the natural countryside. A cobblestone trail meanders past over 1,000 species of tropical plants, each remarkable in its own right, yet even more stunning set against the spectacular backdrop of the Reddington Mountains. Allow yourself at least an hour to indulge in this picturesque walk, which concludes at Mainway Station. Ilex X Miservi, a specimen of holly unique to Reddington's mountain. Ilex X Miservi. I don't know if that's significant.
It's like a fake word.
Yeah. You will find sitting at the base of Mount Perma, Reddington's second highest summit, a historic site described by scholars as significantly important to the realm's past. Featherfall Keep, the former home of Lord William Epson, has until recently always been a private residence, serving as a family home to the Epsons since before the Third Era. After the death of Lord Epson, his oldest son, Lionel Epson, left the estate never to return. However, the daughter stayed, maintaining the residence and its staff until her marriage in 1951. At that point, Featherfall Keep ceased to be a family residence. It began operating as a historic museum and tourist attraction, and the estate was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1972. It's still believed by many that Featherfall was built by the first king of Orinda Ares when Reddington was still the capital. However, surface documents containing conflicting dates have recently cast some doubt on the long-standing myth. So, need to stop reading. Close your eyes and imagine a tranquil, serene stillness, rolling fogs, clear water, and gliding swans. In the midst of all that beauty sits Trinsdale Lake, one of Fenaries' premier vacation destinations, exclusive for its more privileged citizens. The lakeside resort and cabins have been frequented by royalty and the realm's gentry for generations. However, on the southern shore of the lake, tourists are free to enjoy the view and rub elbows with the rich and famous on the Hundred Bells Tea Room, which is open to the general public for lunch on Mondays and Fridays. At an elevation of 11,220 feet, Mount Holly is the tallest mountain in the Redington Range and the highest peak in the entire realm. Beyond the physical challenge itself, climbing Mount Holly Trail is a beautiful experience and one that many hikers and explorers will want to do at least once. It's only a few hours from Redington to get to the trailhead, and you won't need any local guides or special gear if you tackle the trail during the summer season. However, those willing to give this mountain a significant amount of planning and research will be greatly rewarded, whether or not they actually summit. On the opposite side of the peak, far from the trail, rests the estate of Mount Holly, nestled between the summit's northern slope and saddle. This 80-acre mountain residence is almost as old as Redington itself. However, unlike Featherfall Keep, the property has been completely private since the closing of Mount Holly Schoolhouse in '66. Still, hikers will be able to appreciate the house's unique architecture at a distance from one of the trail's many north-facing overlooks. For the sentimental tourists wishing to pick up a souvenir, to remember their stay, one might try braving the Mainway Station Bazaar. But don't be too hasty. Without proper guidance, the Mainway Station can be a dangerous place. Located underground, this unique marketplace was once Redington's Central Railway Station in a time when the Realm's trains were still in service. Now the turnstiles, footbridge, and platforms have been appropriated and turned into a cavern of tents and torches. Whether you're bargain hunting, looking for adventure, or finding a memento to commemorate your visit, the Mainway Station Bazaar will be a worthy conclusion to your sightseeing adventure in Redington. And then here's a local map. It's actually pretty useful. I'm going to read some of the smaller text here just to make sure you can get it. This is the Hundred Bells Tea Room. This is Angel Tower. This is the Arias River. Botanical Gardens. This is Mainway Station Bazaar. Mount Holly, Tanner Fork. I think that's everything. I think I got it. So, why are we taking out books in the library? Well, I mentioned that in this book was a clue to some of the questions on the final exam, for example, in the rooms. But also, we're going to get a puzzle, and it's a puzzle I have not solved yet, that refers to books. It's one of those codes where it's like, oh, turn to page 3, and the 8th word is the blah, 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 blah. So these books are relevant for that reason. And when we get to that point, I have a screenshot of every page in every book, so we can pull that information up as we need it.
Nice.
Finally, our first useful classroom. Weight room.
Except you have no gyms.
Oh, no.
Worst school day ever.
Well, I could take the weight room for the passages, but that's costly at this point.
Yeah.
I guess I have the dining room in place. It's not that bad. But I really need to find a way to get gems, or this is going to start hurting me a lot. I'm going to take the weight room. We'll see how this goes. Ouch. That's so many. It's the commissary. That's great here. Oh, I can't.
It's a no.
So bad. Everything is bad. Oh, archives is bad too. Oh man. I think I gotta take it. Making things worse and worse.
Yeah. Spiraling out of control here.
Hey, metal detector's in here. Nice. Have we had the metal detector before?
I don't recall.
I don't think we have. So the metal detector causes randomly extra keys and money to spawn in each room, and will make sounds as you approach them. So it's actually really convenient. Oh, no. Okay. Give me something with gems. Yes. Let's not screw this one up.
Yeah, we just need to solve
I'll do it slow. Okay. Oh, God, it's a long one. The statement on one of the other two boxes would be true if you replace the word every with the word this. God damn it. Every box contains gems. Every box is black. So this is false. And even if you replaced it with this would remain false. this would be true. So it is false. So this is true. So the gems are in here. Does that make sense?
It's 2 trues and 1 false. And
So this must be true. And this says if I replace this, it would be true on one of
Yes.
these 2 boxes. So
they
this
can't
box's
all be
block would
false.
not be true, but this box contains gems would be.
Correct.
So it's in here. Yay. Back in the game a little bit.
I will never see a classroom again.
Well, I'm going to take the commissary. I don't necessarily need classroom. All right. There's our food. Getting a blip on the... There's some money over here. All the money. Ooh, an upgrade disc. I didn't realize you could buy one. That's fantastic.
Have we seen a computer yet? And so many gems.
I'm going to buy a bunch of gems. That's it for now. We'll come back if we need it. I don't
Say
think
buy
we
another
have.
gem.
Buy another gem?
Yeah, it's cheap enough, and you definitely don't want to have to backtrack for 3 gold.
All right, I'll buy them out of gems.
That's a lot of gems. I didn't know they had that many. Carry on. We are loaded.
Observatory or something. It's day 5. I think I'm going to take observatory because, or rather, I have 5 stars. If I remember correctly, the 5th star reward is. I misremembered. So, Southern Cross. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. That's a good reward too, but wasn't what I was looking for.
Not going to get many chances to use it, but it might be vital.
Well, I'm going to take the steps here. We should be able to backtrack to the dining room as well. How far back is that? It's pretty far back.
Yep.
We'll keep going with what we have so far. The drawing room's not awful here. What are you? Mysterious painting puzzle. Don't know.
Yeah, put a dead end in here to get it out of the pool. I hope it has keys in it. Ooh, breaker, does that get us anything?
I'm gonna put the kitchen in.
Buy food, although
Yeah.
we're not as loaded, we can still...
I should be able to buy one of the bigger food courses. Club
Yeah.
sandwich.
What's the, what is the special room? Maybe we can draft the...
Showroom. That's
Show-
gonna be pretty unlikely. Not impossible. Have we done the kitchen before? I don't even remember if we did. I don't think there's anything in the kitchen other than that. I'm gonna cursor over some. Oh, you can turn the faucet on, which doesn't have water at the moment. Evidently, a cat lives here or a dog or something. Start running experiments. It's late for that, but sure. They'll give us a computer as well.
The upgrade disc.
Alright, what do we got?
Something good.
Courtyard.
Always has a shovel.
I think the one I like here is it gets 2 gems. Yeah, I think that's the best choice. makes the courtyard really good. Okay, so we're at a dead end here. I don't see
Key card.
anything on the table. So south from the Great Hall or north from the entrance hall? Or west from the security room? No, the security room had a security door in it, didn't it? So to get
Don't
there,
remember.
I need to disable the power. So maybe we go back to the dining room and then work our way up from the entrance hall. I think that's our play. I used a key to save some steps. I don't know if that was smart.
It's a hard trade either way.
Yeah, so that is a keycard door. And we'll eat our steak. So our steps are okay. Head back to the entrance hall. Oh, there's a door here. Same door.
Classrooms are turns, so maybe. Oh,
This is
Can't do it all.
probably a classroom. But there are left or right turns. So
Yep. Could roll the die, which maybe.
oh, I didn't turn. But I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I didn't turn an experiment on.
Though.
That
Whoops.
could have been lucrative. All right, it is a left turn classroom.
Yeah. Well, game
but
over
it gets
anyway.
us some steps. Well, we can still go south. Oh no, I don't have any keys. Dang it. That is game over. I can buy a key, but I have to go all the way back to the commissary. It's not 100% game over. So this is the classroom. Classroom always has an apple in it. This is grade 1 because it's the first classroom we found. It talks about colors and puzzles and stuff. And there are papers in here. We're talking about colors in this classroom. So there's 4 papers. This is Caleb's paper, where he didn't do very well. He colored 5 things red, 6 things red, 5.
Getting the symbols here.
2 out of 12. Yeah, so this is where rabbit's foot. Not going to help us anymore, but this is where we can learn the colors of these 3 flags. I'm going to kind of go through this quickly, but by combining the answers, this is the kind of dumb BS it makes you go through, of all 4 of these worksheets, you can cross-reference them and figure out the colors. And the colors are, I'm just going to read it. Let me find the answer here. So the mountains are yellow. We knew that already from the puzzle. The heart kind of symbol is orange. And the hourglass shape is purple. So yellow, orange, purple. And those are the colors that are corresponding with the cores in the sigil for that puzzle much, much later on. And there's some annoying confounds this because these are grapes, but grapes can be purple or green, or this is a lizard. What color is a lizard? There are lots of different colors. What the heck is this thing? What color should it be? It's really a kind of obnoxious puzzle. So yeah, the only way we can make progress today is I got to walk all the way back to the commissary and buy a key and then walk to the Great Hall and go south. So I'm going to do it because I got 45 steps. But yeah, we kind of goofed that up.
Are there any dirt patches that we didn't get to?
Probably. I mean, there's some in the conservatory, probably. I guess it's a shorter trek to go there and dig.
Yeah. I think we'll have enough steps for it anyway.
Who needs money?
Not us anymore. Oh yeah, we couldn't have afforded the key anyway.
Oh, yeah. Well, come on, Key. We got one dirt patch. This is key or bust.
Was there dirt outside in the schoolroom? I don't remember.
I don't think so. We can go peek. Got nothing else to do.
I don't think there was any dirt in the tunnels underground.
There might be dirt in the mine.
After seeing all that dirt indoors yesterday, I'm just traumatized. I'm imagining dirt everywhere.
But now there's none. No dirt.
Everything is filthy. Don't lie.
I'm going to go to the mine. I don't know that I've ever tried to dig in the mine. We'll see. Probably not. There is an experiment reward that will add dirt to the outside somewhere. I forget where. In front of the entrance hall, I think. Got some dirt for me? Boy, this seems like a place there should be dirt. But I see none. Alright, well, I'm going to call it. We'll head on to our next day.
All right.
We did not do a very good job getting schoolhouses. or classrooms, rather.
Schoolrooms, yeah.
Architect's Manor, because there were 5 drafting rooms. Draftings are the symbols that are on the classroom. You can't see the symbols here, though. That's interesting. Day 8. I'm surprised I haven't been... One of the things I've been purposely trying to do while we've been running is get the pump room, and I haven't gotten it once yet.
Well, today will be the day then.
I hope. We'll see. Alright, what are our options here? We've seen all of these, so I'm going to just go ahead and take the tool shed, which is not a very interesting room, but starts us off with some stuff. So we can start with the shovel and the lockpicks. We'll just give it a quick scan just to confirm that there is nothing in here other than those two. The items that are in here are randomized, but I think they're from a small pool. But it's a good way to get started. I mean, lockpicks and shovel are both great. So I almost always, once you've done a lot of the stuff, I almost always take tools.
Increased capabilities.
Dining room already? Sure.
It's super common now. I would actually have saved that as a place it later so it's not so far to come back to eat.
That's probably a good idea, but I didn't. I just snagged it because I like the shape. But yeah,
Yep.
you're not wrong.
Good navigation.
We're going to do an observatory early. So now we're at 6. I'm sure 6 does not correspond to anything. So this will be a combo. There'll be a diamond and chests in the hall.
Waiting for a sledge.
Pantry here. Commissary, we can spend some of that money. Probably a sledgehammer here. There is.
There it is.
Oh, there's also a magnifying glass. I gotta take the sledgehammer, though.
Yeah. We know that's going to be useful.
I'm going to immediately go back and open those chests. Trunks, whatever you call them. They will probably contain enough money for me to get the magnifying glass. They do.
While we're here, we should draft some things so it's less back and forth.
Hey,
Ooh.
the secret garden key. That'll be handy. The pool, already, I'm definitely taking the pool. Because I need the pool to get the pump room. Pump room is what we were talking about trying to get. We haven't done servants' quarters. It's early to do it, but I think I'm going to do it just because we haven't done it, and it's a dead end, and it's a good place to place it. So,
yep, new room.
So servants' quarters gets us 1 key for every bedroom in the house. We only have 2. Servants' quarters counts as a bedroom. And there's 2 notes in here. There's actually 3 notes in here. One in the wastebasket here. It says, Mr. Ruota, Mrs. Babbage has told me that you'll be overseeing network maintenance over the next few weeks while I will be gone, and I apologize in advance for the extra workload. I believe I will be back in Reddington by the middle of February, but even that is not a certainty. Either way, I do not anticipate there will be any major issues while I'm gone, as the difficulties we were having last month with the terminal connection seems to be resolved. If there is an emergency and you find yourself having to enter the central server site, I have set you up with a temporary admin key to allow you to access the network administrator controls. The admin key is the first 4 letters of your last name, followed by the first initial. The first and 5th characters should be capitalized. If you have any questions, please let me know the next few days before my departure. Randolph. So, the server. So once we get into the server room, we need an admin key to access the computer. And this letter is a partial clue to that. So it says that at some point, this guy Ruota, I forget his name, had an admin key, and this was the pattern it used to generate the admin key from his name. So we work out his name, we stick it into this pattern, and we get an admin key. If we try to enter that in the server room, it indicates that it's been disabled. But it's a clue to how Randolph generates admin keys. So if we find the names of other employees who might have an admin key, we can put their names through this pattern and actually get a real key to the server room. There are 12 major keys, a green note, so that's true. Hartley is his name. Hartley, I know we spoke often of this day, and I don't think there's anything I can say of the past 40 years that I haven't already attempted to tell you in numerous times in the past, half-stated gratitude always interrupted with tactful and polite repudiations from you. I had always known this final letter could give me the perfect opportunity to finally express myself, uninterrupted by you and unfettered by social graces, but I don't feel the inclination to say aloud what has always been unsaid between us. With my passing, I released you from your post and service to the Sinclair family, and I implore you to live the remainder of your years on your own terms, as scary and unfamiliar as the concept as that may be to you. Besides, I think a more junior valet would be better suited to meet the needs of young Master Simon. To that end, if you wish, you may stay on long enough to oversee the training and establishment of your successor in their post, but as soon as he or she has the lay of the land, my instructions for you to quit must be satisfied. Ignoring what I imagine your objections might be after reading this, I've decided to leave the lake house in Trinsdale to you and your family. My lawyers have all the details of the gift, and will be contacting you shortly about the particulars. For the past 4 decades, you have served willingly as the subject and victim to my many whims, games, riddles, and so rest assured, unlike my nephew, you will not be put to yet another challenge to prove yourself worthy in this matter. This house is yours without strings or stipulations. I had for a time gleefully entertained the notion of employing Anne as the house manager of your new residence, but I knew the humor of such a prank would be entirely lost on you, to say nothing of her. Until we meet again, my friend Herbert. So this is the butler. So here's a 4x4 grid, but that's not interactable. But the
Oops,
butler
background.
is let go because Sinclair died and he wants somebody younger to serve as my butler. But that's everything that's in here. We shall go north from the pool. Pick a drawing room. We are out of gems, though. That's a little bit risky at this point. I will definitely take the Nook. I will take the courtyard. I can't take the courtyard. I will take the storeroom. Money, keys, and gems.
Gems was definitely the right upgrade choice for that room.
Yeah. It gets you, like, it's a way to get money early if you do the money route, but money becomes sort of... Oh, this is not a good roll. I have some re-rolls. I want to get something.
Oh, yeah, use this room's free redraw.
Security, no. Hallway, yes. Okay. But once you have a little allowance, the money sort of doesn't matter anymore. I think I gotta do den. Could go backwards into the commissary. Or I could take the locksmith. I don't have a lot of money, though. Oh, bedroom gives me a pass. I think I gotta take the bedroom. Haven't done locksmith yet. It's just a place we can buy keys. Or the lockpick set. Security.
Wait, didn't we have a lockpick set this morning? Or
We do have a lockpick set, yeah.
No.
Well, there's the pump room. Okay, so here we have Bill the Vat puzzles. So these pumps attach to 5 locations in the manor, and we can remove water from some of it and store it in these tanks, and add water to other places. By following these pipes and doing, like pull out and put in. So the first thing I want to do, the first useful thing to do with the pump room is to drain the fountain. So I'm going to spend the next little bit trying to drain the fountain. Filling the greenhouse is also useful too. So let me see about putting the water that's here in the greenhouse. I'm going to do that.
How?
Oops, that's the wrong one. This guy connects to. So the way this works is you push one of these buttons, and that's the destination for these machines as they operate. And then you follow the pipes to figure out what's they're attached to, and you can either intake or spit out water using these levers.
Okay, so the pipes on the wall line up to the buttons on the panel there.
Yep. And there's like instructions, and also one of the books we can get is getting the instructions. And
yeah, that certainly helps.
Later on, if we ever get power to this room, not only does it keycard. Not only does it transmit power to adjacent rooms, but you can also power this reserve generator, which can let you draw water out of these tanks, I think. A reservoir. What do you call this? Reserve tank? Let's connect to. Nothing in particular. Maybe it connects to all of them. Anyway, we're filling the greenhouse, so but emptying the fountain. Fountain connects to this guy, which connects to both of them. I will set it to the tank that we just emptied and suck some water out. I'll stick that in the greenhouse. See if I can get some into the kitchen. Yes. No? Did I miscalculate? Kitchen is this guy, alright? Oh, it's only this tank. Alright, we'll put that in there. I will suck some more water out of the fountain. Oh no, did I do it wrong again? Yes. So what are the benefits of these? I'll talk through it while it's doing the sucking. What are the benefits of these various things? I can fill the pool. How do I get this water out of here? Need to get 4 more out. Need to get every last drop somewhere. Kitchen, it's that guy. Pool is that guy. No, it's this back here. Oops, I think I drained the pool. Meant to go the other way. Actually, let me get
Yeah,
the...
you can't focus on 2 things at
Yeah, I
once.
can't. I gotta just do it.
The fountain clearly is draining. The fountain gets us something. Reservoir, dunno, seems like a lot of water. Kitchen, we can turn the faucet on, whatever that does. Pool, I'm guessing we can drain the pool and something
All
will
right.
be there.
So, we emptied the fountain, yes. So there's a passage at the fountain into the basement, at the bottom of the fountain. We can also collect the money we throw into the fountain. The reservoir is a multi-step puzzle. The reservoir is actually attached to the basement. And the way this works is...
We'll get there later.
Okay, I don't need to explain it, I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose I don't need to explain any of them.
No. The short ones. I think the only one left is the aquarium.
You can drain the aquarium. There's clues at the bottom of the aquarium. I haven't worked out if there's a purpose to the kitchen. Maybe not. The greenhouse gets you water in the greenhouse, which gets you gems if you draft the greenhouse. And the pool, if you empty it, you can access some trunks that you can place in the pool later on. But we're at a dead end here. But anyway, we got the fountain drained, which is good. Now all we need to do is get into the antechamber, and we can get into the basement. Not yet once gotten into the antechamber. So that's now going to be our focus. All right, the box next to this box is true. Both boxes next to this box contain gems. So this is false and this is false. So this must be true. A box next to this box contains gems, so the gems are here. Office is tempting because I can get some money and it's the king room. So if I can also get a queen room, we can probably solve the chess puzzle. I'm going to take it. I'm going to distribute the money. Study?
The study is the one queen room I've got written down.
Right. So that is a queen room. There's 2 that I'm aware of. The other one is her ladyship's bedroom. Okay. Secret passage gives us a roll on getting into the antechamber, which would be good at this point. And take the Great Hall.
Take this, but it usually doesn't seem to pay off. I guess it is a 4-way, but man.
Shockingly, bad rolls there. Okay. The dead end.
Was there anything on the ground? We didn't see the floor there.
That I can see. Am I gonna not roll on any of these? That would be terrible.
Wow. Well, 2 out of 6. Yep, that one we get.
Okay, so what do I want to do here? These are all dead ends.
Spare room would get us to the door, but we can't open it. And we can re-roll.
I actually do have... I have 2 ways to get into the antechamber today. So I might just take the walk-in closet here. Let's do that. Dinner served. Telescope. It's the first time we got in a telescope. It lets us use the observatory a second time. Do we have the observatory? We do. What did we get for the observatory today?
It's a good question.
Did we get the chests in the entrance halls? Because if so, that's great backtracking. I think we did.
Honestly, don't remember.
Well, let's go do it. Now let us collect the money from the office anyway. I think we're gonna get to the antechamber. I'm excited. Oh, look, here's a...
Where is the money? Oh, table center had money on it, I think.
Yeah, we're moving kind of fast. I shouldn't.
No metal detector.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go to the dining room, and where was I headed? Oh, observatory. Yeah, we're going to get 2 more chests. That's going to be great.
I kind of want some shepherd's pie.
Well, I can't help you with that.
You're fired.
Oh, no. More diamonds, more of these things. I'm going to go to the commissary and buy the...
Yes.
I'm going to buy everything, I think.
Yeah. Do it. Actually, I might save money on that because we're running low, but you've bought anything now anyway, and we have a lot of steps.
Yeah, and there's some money right here.
Yeah, never mind. We have enough money for anything.
Okay, entrance hall. So we need keys now, basically. I'd really like a queen's room, though. Here's our keys.
Loaded.
All right, so where can we explore without going all the way back up there? We can go north from the den. All dead ends. I might do the sauna. We haven't done the sauna yet. You should reroll.
Yeah, I think navigation is very important right now.
Oh, it's the cloister. I think we should take the cloister. So we haven't been to the cloister yet. The cloister has a statue of that one angel, as the note in the gardener's shed mentioned. There's a note in a different room for how to access the inner part. So this is the first of the puzzles where there's actually an interactable spots here that they don't change your cursor. Oh no, maybe they do. I wonder if they patched that. Interesting. Didn't used to change your cursor. If you click on both of those, you can get into the inner part of the cloister. And there's a couple of useful things here. First, there's some dig spots. There's an allowance token. There's a note which says, Mr. Nagula, if you're reading this, it seems the day has finally come and the cloister is at long last getting some much overdue maintenance. I have left you a literal token of appreciation to serve as positive reinforcement, which should grant you a bit of extra spending money each day while working on the estate. We have learned from our dealings with your predecessor that it's much cheaper in the long run to be generous. Mrs. Babbage. There's also these 4 letters on the back of this statue. And I think that these relate to a puzzle. I'm starting to collect several sets of letters that are arranged in this sort of pattern. Let me find them in my notes here.
Is that a CX or an OX?
It's CXET, I think. Could be a G, I suppose. Let me see if I can get a little better vantage. I mean, it's kind of all I got.
Yeah. Can't crouch.
I'm certain it's a C. Well, I'm pretty certain it's a... where the heck is this part in my notes? So this is 1, 2, 3. I mean, 3 across and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down grid of letters. And I keep finding clues that sort of fill in some of the letters in this pattern, I think. But I don't know what it spells yet. Or if it spells anything meaningful. But anywho, that's a new room and was useful, even though we are short a couple of gems now. Well, we don't want the vault. The laboratory is a dead end. I guess we could reroll. Spare room gets us a free roll. Well, I'm going to take spare room, actually. I'm going to hope for a locked door. We didn't get one, but we did get some gems. And I have just enough to get them, so... Yay. I have to enter the room for that to happen, I wonder. Apple. Gems. Dig spots. Well, I got a real good vantage of that statue from here. What are you? It's got to be significant, right?
Doesn't look like one of the stained glass
No, it doesn't.
icons.
How do I get there?
book,
There
maybe?
must be a way. I'm going to backtrack because that would have put a gem in here.
So it is.
I think that's the only green rooms we've had so far, though, unfortunately. Give me a locked door. Dang it. Oh, well, I'll take the locker room. That's actually a pretty good one. In here. We haven't been able to open many of the lockers yet, so maybe we'll have a chance to do that today. We do have quite a few keys. Here we go. Locked door. So I'm going to use the secret garden key in this door, which means that the next room is the secret garden. Secret garden is a room you can only place on the easternmost or westernmost wings. And the secret garden is the location of one of the levers that open the antechamber. It's the left lever, actually, to start. Do have a ton of keys. Good for several reasons.
Yes.
So I can rotate these, what do you call them, weather vanes? That is definitely the wrong way. I want to rotate them all to point at that sort of weird symbol on the side there.
That moon symbol, we saw that on the What's-Her-Face's necklace.
That's true. And that will reveal the lever. So I have now opened the west side. Is this the first time we've opened a door to the antechamber? It might be.
It is.
So now if we can get there, we can enter the antechamber. There's also a breakable wall here. I had thought that was my way of getting into the yard, but it's not. There's actually another one of these, what would you call this, wheels behind it that lets you move the top weather vane, which actually lets you get access to more levers in this location. So the secret garden actually can get you any lever as long as you break that wall, or any antechamber entrance is what I meant to say. So that's pretty useful. I'm just going to keep heading north, I think.
I'd say head west and try to spend some dead ends.
Okay. Well, there's a dead end. We'll throw the mailroom in here. What does chapel look like here? Should I do that?
That does get us, yeah, get rid of that.
Or I can do no, I do chapel.
Yeah, we don't want to be coming through here in and out.
Ah, crap, it's the traffic. Oh, I can't afford it anymore. Guest bedroom is a dead end with a keycard in it.
Nice. That does open up a possibility.
How far are we from security? Pretty far, unless we find a way back into the Great Hall, which is possible. This is going to be a good day. Anything up front?
The front of the chapel.
I did glance, I thought. I didn't see anything.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see anything stand out, but I didn't get a good look.
Courtyard! Yes, that's a good one here. Morning room's good too. I'll take courtyard. That's a nice find. Jamming it up. What I really like now, honestly, like I think we're going to get into the antechamber today, which is good, but what I'd really like to find is the workshop. That would be a very good role at this point. I'll take lab. We'll run some experiments in the lab.
Metal detector says yes.
Oh, I got the lever. The broken lever. There's a false positive in the lab in this corner, I think. I've never found whatever that's supposed to be, and I've looked a lot. I think it like generates a coin like in the wall or something like that sometimes. All right, we'll run an experiment. Our experiment will be we'll put dirt on the driveway. How about that?
Where's the driveway?
I had assumed it was out front, but I don't know, I suppose.
If it's through the garage, that I don't know.
Neither of these other results are useful, so.
Yeah.
But I haven't run
Go
that
back into that
experiment.
corner. I want to look.
Okay.
It's nothing on the floor. It's nothing underneath. The books on the desk. Something hidden in a underneath there. Nope, it's nothing under the seat. Yeah. Upward. On top of the anythings, like a coin up in that. No. All right. Carry on. It's probably just a single coin somewhere. Yeah, half steps is
I think I gotta read it.
very painful.
Oh crap! It's the showroom. That's funny. But I think I gotta take corridor here.
Yep, because you can't afford showroom.
me a left turn. That's not a left turn.
The left door is open anyway, not the right one.
That's true, but we can get the right one open.
Yes, and
Do dark room.
looks good.
I don't even need to go in for now.
Didn't you want to block off or spend the? I guess we're spending the dead ends here.
Well, I can't choose what I'm drafting in the dark room, so. Boy, which of these? These are all kind of good. I think I need to do morning room for the gems.
Yep.
Late coin purse, not really useful. Okay. So our next steps are, I guess we got to go back to the Great Hall. That's our only path forward, but we have 5 keys.
Pump room had a security door.
Which room?
But
Oh, the
that's
pump room.
Very farther. Yeah, left side.
I mean, none of these things are close.
Yep.
They're actually both kind of the same distance. In fact, I might. What I might do though is, because we have a way into the antechamber, I might just prioritize that.
Yeah, if we can get in there, that seems like a big win.
Oh, banana. Secret garden spreads fruit.
Infinite steps.
A lot. That is right. It didn't feel right. Where'd that key come from? Oh, locker room.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn up the key card.
Crank it up.
Round office, secret passage, Great Hall. Oops. Let's not go too fast. Key. Oh man. The metal detector with the pool is so useful. Alright, so one of these is going to contain a lever. I don't know which one. It's not this one.
Spending these keys right now feels weird.
Banana. Trust me, it's worth it. We got an upgrade disc. That's a good one. A key. And the lever that connects to the path we have.
All right.
Into the
Path is
antechamber
open.
with us. I think we have a shot. Do we have all the pieces we need? We're very close to
Spend all your or draw rooms there. Do you want to? Is it worth it to draw rooms now, or are we?
I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
run for. We have a shot at getting into room 46 today, so I'm gonna make a run for it.
Just we have so many steps, and there might be.
You need
more
a lot of
things
steps to
gain.
get into it. So I'm on the wrong way anyway.
Okay.
Which I think I am. I need to get back to.
No, this is the correct way down through security.
Oh, and I just didn't notice that there was an apple there before. Oops.
Yep. Metal detector doesn't beep.
Maybe they should fix that.
I kind of think you shouldn't have metallic apples.
That way. Okay. Okay, we made it into the antechamber for the first time on day 8. It has a basement key in it, and this note: to continue up, you must go down. I don't know why I scanned it with the thingy for dramatic effect. So,
Draw in the corner.
what?
No.
Oh.
Draw a room in the corner.
Yeah, I probably should have there. I'm singularly focused, Shane. I'm excited.
It is kind of a big deal. In the locker room here, we have all these keys. Is there anything in the lockers that's ever worth looking at?
Yes, there are. We should spend our time opening lockers with keys when we have extra steps and stuff. I take a wrong turn. I bet I did. Where am I? No, this
Works.
is okay.
Non-metallic orange.
All right. So we have drained the fountain. Means we can pick up the money we threw in the fountain previously. But we can also go to the bottom of the fountain and use our newly acquired basement key door on this door to the basement.
Nice.
So, a lot of stuff going on in here. So I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff here. So this is one of the pump room puzzles. This is the complicated one. So you see, there's a boat here. We can't access it because there's water in the way. So we have to drain the lake a little bit to get the boat at the level of this is called the reservoir. Drain the reservoir a little bit, get the boat at the level of this dock, and then sail it to the far side. And then on the far side, we drain the lake a little bit further. You can barely see it, but there's a passage there, and we can ride the boat through there. There's also a bunch of crap at the bottom of the lake, or the reservoir. So both of those are useful things to do with the pump room. Let's see. In here, I have to remember. Help me remember to use these upgrade discs. I have 2 upgrade discs, don't I? Yes. We have a piece of a map of the basement. This piece has the key on it. Found elevator, concealed entrance, cliffside exit, minecart, fountain entrance. That's where we came in. Tomb entrance, torch chamber, rotating gear, and to north lever.
Underneath number 9, there's faint writing.
Oh, you're right. Buried floor plan. 10. Buried floor plan. Where's a 10? I don't think I ever noticed that before. I think you found me a new floor plan, Shane. It's not on this piece. Oh, there it is.
10. Oh.
Now I have to figure out where the heck we are relative to this.
Well, screenshotting this map for whenever that comes up.
Okay. All right, I know where that is. Thank you. Oh, good job, Shane.
Yay.
So this is a complete sigil, or most of a complete sigil. It looks like the color is missing. This is the black sigil of Orinda Ares. So that's one we'll know how to complete when we get to that part of the puzzle. Also, these candles are lightable, and should we light all of these candles, a staircase will reveal here. And I don't even remember what's down there, but something's down there. Let's see. Over here, I'm going to move that minecart in a moment. But for now, we're going to travel over here. Oh, maybe we can't do that from this side. Well, that's going to be sad. I don't think we can get into the thing today. Let me sanity check that. Is there really nothing we can do from this side?
It does kind of seem like the place where...
Can't operate those gears from this side. All right. But we do need to move the minecart. You recall the note from the gem mine. Yeah. it said this was in the way. So I can pull this all the way back, and now those two parts are connected up. I may pull it back further just to make sure. That's pretty good. But we can't do that from here. So we might be done in here for the day. That's sad. But we do have a bunch of crap, so we can go back into the manor and fill in our rooms and unlock some stuff in the... Actually, do we have access to the pump room today?
We do have the pump room. We could run in there and drop the water by one.
Oh boy.
That's one of our doors to go forward anyway.
It is. Let's see if we can figure out how to do it. It's not going to work because right now the only place we can put water is in the fountain. So if we put water in the fountain, we can't get back down there.
Even 1 unit of water would do
I
it?
think we can try it, but I think so. Oh, we got so close. But the good news is that door will remain open forever now. So we don't need to get into the antechamber to... Oh, shoot. It's over here. Key. What?
On the table? No, not on the table. Is it, money on the side table next to the door.
We don't need to use the basement key again to get down the fountain. And I think it will also trigger... I'm going the wrong way, aren't I?
No. Observatory, pantry, commissary, bedroom, security.
Commissary does not connect to bedroom.
Carry on. Wrong way.
We don't have to get in the antechamber to unlock that door to the basement ever again. That is permanent progress. Dang, I really thought we were going to solve it today.
Never say never.
That's true. Pump room. Okay, let's see. Yeah, the only place... yeah, because our pumps are full, unfortunately. And we haven't siphoned anything out in the reserve pump yet. So we can put... Well, the other thing is, with this configuration, I can only put 4 units of water in the fountain. So I need to make some space to actually adjust these other things.
And we know, well, we've seen this puzzle. If you like put it in and then drain the kitchen and then put the 2 more into the fountain and then draw 5 from...
Sure. Let's see. Which one is the kitchen attached to? That's going to matter.
So first you empty 1 tank into the fountain.
But it's got to be the one that's attached to the kitchen, right? So the key to this is, the reason I'm pausing and thinking about it is not all pumps can go into all reservoirs.
Yeah, that...
So I need to know which one I should enter into the fountain.
Yeah, this will be one that you could spend a lot of time on. So I think we want we'll get 2 left over from doing the kitchen switch, and then add 5 is 7, draw 5 away from that is just the 2 again. No, 7 minus the 3 back into the kitchen is 4, and 4 is close to the 1 we need. Yeah, I don't think I can solve this under pressure.
We'll give up on... So there's other ways to get to the boat. It doesn't have to be through the fountain. So I'm gonna give up on the fountain for today. As a matter of fact, I might, because we did what we needed to do down there, I might refill the fountain. What would I take out of? I mean, the next thing to do is the reservoir, so I might just dump everything back into the fountain and see if we can get the reservoir 1 down, just to get ready for that puzzle.
we could, we've got the pool that we could also do today.
The pool does not have the chests in it yet.
So there's just nothing at all in there?
Correct. You actually have to buy the There's an item called the swimming trunks. And what that does is it puts 2 trunks in the pool, but you can only access them if the pool is empty.
That's terrible.
But we don't have that yet. So yeah, I'm gonna refill the fountain, and we'll get the reservoir down. Well, I think you're right. I think it's exactly 1 unit. So we'll try to do that. But yeah, fountain is attached to both pumps. Now we'll just dump all this crap in there.
How many total are in the fountain? Maybe we can
well, what's
fill
the
it up to the point where we can take more.
what's the kitchen attached to? 1, 2, 3. Kitchen is this guy is attached to the right tank. So if I empty this tank and then pull the kitchen into it, I can pull the reservoir into it.
And that drops
by 1.
2.
Should be 1.
Are they 4 or 5? I thought
They're 4.
5 each.
No, they're 4.
Oh, in that case, then yes, this solves the problem for us. Fill it up with the kitchen, and then 1 more from the reservoir.
Goes here. Right. All right, 1 unit removed from reservoir.
And then you can refill the rest of the kitchen and maybe drain the fountain back down to its minimum.
I mean, I guess we did just solve the puzzle.
Yeah. This is exactly what I was trying to do.
That was a drain. Oops.
Oh, that's correct. We're draining this and then fill the other tank as well. The thinking is overrated. Just start flipping switches and then everything's solved. So the fountain can't possibly be blocked off with just a single unit of water.
Uh-huh.
I say confidently.
Well, I'm gonna take... Boy.
Is today the experiment where we're putting dirt on the driveway, but we don't have the...
That's for bedrooms.
we don't have the utility box to open the garage anyway, so never mind.
I was more interested in the 3 keys, but I think I'm going to just take the hall. Oh, actually, what I should be doing... I goofed up. I shouldn't have done this. What I should be doing is looking for the bedroom. So I should go west from the Great Hall. So I will take the garage here just to get a bunch of keys. And I'll go west from the Great Hall and try to get... try to roll the ladyship's bedroom. That's another long-term thing we can do today. We're actually pretty close to that. A nice long day.
Yeah. Building up after the 4 days in half an hour.
That's a tough call. I think I got to re-roll. Gosh, I want the music room.
Yeah, spending all the gems, though, when you've got the billiard room right there.
Ooh, here's the aquarium. We haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Do we want to risk messing with the pump rooms? Well, let's check the fountain, and if we've got time left over, we can then come and drain this again.
So the aquarium counts as all types of rooms, which is nice because it just satisfied our experiment. And it's got these little. I tried to describe this a session or two ago. Got these little dioramas in these fish tanks. They are of. This is obviously the archive.
Yep.
This one is a bedroom, one of the bedrooms. I don't know which one precisely. This is the patio.
Patio.
This one is a hallway. And this one is the laundry room.
Laundry room.
And that's one each of all the types of rooms. So that's sort of why it counts as all the rooms. But if you empty these tanks, there's little symbols that you can see that you can't see in there. And I think there's only 3 of them. But yeah, we'll do that at some point, and I'll get a second opinion on that. But yeah, we might, maybe we'll do it today. We'll see how things go. Oh my God, it's the workshop. What's going on? Oh, geez. Okay. This changes everything. Well, we'll see. If there's a battery here, this is huge. There's a battery here. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Why is that huge? Because now I can make either the tool that lets me light lights or the tool that lets me break walls. Boy, both are really useful today.
Let's see. I've got the list of breakable walls. That's greenhouse. Do we have that one?
We've got the secret garden is one.
Yep. Weight room.
Don't have the weight room. There's 2 outside. Actually,
yes.
Oh my gosh. No, we're going to take that one. Do you know why? Because
Why?
we can get in the other side of the basement. That's going to get us. That's going to get us today. All right. So we're going to combine the battery pack, the sledgehammer, and the broken lever, and we're going to make the powered hammer.
And all of these things coming together.
And I am going to, once again, I should roll to see if I can get the ladyship's bedroom. Because then I can do, like, a bunch of stuff at once.
And next time we run past security, we have to remember to use your upgrade discs.
Yeah. Give me something that goes, okay, that wasn't helpful. So that basically rules that out.
Yep.
I think I'm going to take kitchen to get a bunch of food so we can do all the stuff I want to do today now.
Yes, we have a lot of running to do.
Oh,
I was foolish to think we had enough steps.
But look.
Always more steps.
Water! Isn't it great?
Yep, leave it on.
Leave it on?
Yep.
Oh, do you think we can drain the kitchen?
Let's find out.
I mean, it is my energy bill. Oh. Whoa!
Oh, that's going to be a lot of steps.
Huge.
30
wow.
steps.
Well,
I think we have enough steps now.
Yeah, okay. So, where are we going to go? We're going to go to the secret garden first. Well, we have so many steps, I might place some more rooms.
There's got to be a key or a coin around here, too. Don't run off before we find the thing. Is it on the floor?
Getting all excited and just like, not even... Yeah, there's a key here.
Key, good.
I can actually walk through the antechamber. I don't know if I've ever been in that situation before. I can go over there and I can open that door.
Lol.
Oh, yeah, right. Left or right?
Left. I mean, it can't hurt us at this point.
It's the double.
Hey, some more steps. With bananas.
So many steps.
We're going to go run around the neighborhood after this.
All right. So where is the secret garden? It's actually new. I smash that.
Smash it as though it were a like button. And subscribe.
So now I can rotate this, and this rotates the top weather vane. And I'm actually going to rotate them all a certain direction. I'll rotate them all north. So from
like
here,
they're
depending
going
on
south.
which ways you orient the arrows, you get a lever for each of the entrances to the antechamber, except for the north entrance. If we align all the arrows north... Oh, I am doing it south?
These are all pointed south, but keep going.
Yeah, shoot. Well, maybe that's right. We'll see.
Ooh.
We get the rune. Oh, we've already got this one. This is the rune for Ben Ares, or into Ares. We got the color now, which is black. Knew that. Or I knew that. Anyway, I wanted to do that. Let's go open the door in the aquarium. I like how the map. I'm so far off the map. Yeah, we'll throw a door in the aquarium, and then we'll go break the things we can break outside. So let me do a mental check here to make sure we're not missing anything else we can break. I don't think so. No, nothing inside. We have two things we can break outside. Do I have the shovel? I do have the shovel. I can get to that secret dig spot. We're going to do something. Not only are we going to get into the
Did you guys use your upgrade discs?
haven't yet.
Security room.
Where is the security room?
This might get closer if you know that that's pump room's blocked off. So, yeah. Remember the discs.
Let's get some keys. 4 times 2 is 8. No, it's divided by 2.
Divided by 2.
Yeah, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 13 plus 17 is 30. Divided by 10 is 3. 1 and 19 is 20. Minus 6 is 14. Times 2 is 28. Divided by 7 is 4.
Silver key. And what were you saying then, Ian?
Oh, not only are we going to get into room 46 today, we're also going to dig up that thing that you noticed that I never noticed.
Close. So interesting. Never seen that before.
No, we should take it. There's an allowance upgrade in there, and we have the key card, so we won't get locked in.
Yep.
This is an amazing day.
Yeah.
All right, so we got another one of these block puzzle thingies, and they need to be red. So what are the rules here? So pressing red will fill all the black adjacent to it. Pressing black will move it right. Orange doesn't seem to be doing anything, but it's gotta.
Yeah, it just feels all black. Oh.
Oh, okay. So red. I need 2 red adjacent to any orange. How do I do that? Yay, more allowance.
Oh, rich.
So here's a note. Dearest children, the pieces are in place and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, we must strike this Thursday. No, this Tuesday. The routine changing of the guard personnel on the first of each month means the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 royal guards stationed at Learson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We would be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white-gloved guards, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black-gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves to spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute the task on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black sword guide us, may the black skies shield us, may our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Pharaoh. So if you'll recall, we got this blueprint from a vault with a letter that talked about how they were using it to practice the heist. So that's what this is all about, and there's not really anything else interactable in this room. In fact, you can't even get up to that crown there.
Crossing those safety ropes, or the politeness ropes, that's just not in character.
Mm-hmm. All of these are dead ends. We can order another book, I guess. That's probably the good use of our last room.
Yep.
Shall order Swimbird. I guess while I'm here, just to showcase, 2 new things will have appeared in our... Well, I don't think I've ever drafted this room where there's windows before. That's interesting. Journal. The new things are our contraptions. We made the powered hammer. We haven't made any of the others yet. And the stamps we've collected.
And look at the magnifying, or did we already see that magnifying thing on the stamp page?
I suppose she'll just let you look at them again later? Or did you mean this? Oh my gosh, you're right. There's words there. Stamps found in the Inspate and expected will be added to this page.
Carry on.
I didn't even notice that was words. What does it say on the claim check?
This was the numbers there. Okay, that's backwards and nothing special. Small text has numbers written in reverse. Actually, that does look like smaller text in between them. We need to magnify the magnifying glass.
You need to find the microscope.
I can kind of read it. It's probably not coming through on the stream. It looks like gibberish, just like the rest of it.
Okay.
Now I'm interested in looking at all these books. All right, anyway. Okay, so that was our last room. Now we go back outside and hit the security room on the way. What's the path back outside? Through the Great Hall south. We can actually do it in the office. Right. Doing so many things in one day. Day 8 even. Two upgrades.
Something cool.
Parlor. Have I upgraded the parlor before? I may not have.
3 gems, 2 guesses. Oof. High risk, high reward.
Woof. Oh man, that's not what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
3
gems seems
I
like
think 3 gems, yeah, is the right thing.
Because we're obviously never going to need 2 guesses to get the correct answer.
You say that. Probably by then we won't need gems as much, though. Okay. Upgrade number 2. Okay, spare room. We get to color the spare room. I usually turn it into a bedroom. Because a lot of stuff triggers off of numbers of bedrooms. That's true of green rooms too. I feel not so much for halls.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the green room rewards are usually bigger, but I guess we see them less often. Whereas like the sleep mask is fairly common, and that's just more steps all the time.
All right, I'm doing it. All right, outside with us. Okay, where the heck are we? Parlor. So. Is this right? Yes. So many steps. All the things.
One unit of water in the fountain. Take a look. Can we get all the way?
Nope.
Ugh.
But it's okay, because we got...
We could do it if our main character wasn't a scaredy cat.
Yeah. He can't cross velvet ropes. He's certainly not going to get his shoes wet by slogging through water.
All right. First things first, we're going to go back to the chess room, even though we can't solve the chess puzzle.
Solve the wall of the chess room.
We're going to solve the wall puzzle. So, this is another piece of that 3x6 letter puzzle, I think, that we've been collecting. So the first thing we saw had the corners. It had a C in the upper left and an X in the upper right, and an E in the lower left and a T in the lower right. So I think that the left side of the puzzle is castle.
Yeah.
I have one more of those that I know about that we might be able to put in that grid, and I don't know of any others. But filling in a lot of letters, it makes less and less sense. Like it's not a straightforward clue. All right. Other side of the basement. Okay. Here's a patent. Why is this? I don't know. It just shows you a bunch of stuff about these things that are often depicted on the walls.
I see we have a patent number, which is in red.
That means it's a lie. I don't know.
Yes, not actually patented. Make your own.
68642. All right. Excavation progress is going smoothly, and crew spirits are higher than they have been in weeks. I believe the increase in morale is in no small part due to the installation of a boiler, which honestly has been a godsend. We now have steam power and no longer have to rely on raw muscle to scrape and heave at the clay-like dogs. The new steam power hoists and winches are fully operational and have been able to unearth over 5 times as much sediment per shift as had been previously excavating. All right. This is the other side of that basement, and I think the secret dig spot is somewhere around here. So I'm going to solve a bunch of puzzles in there, but then do you have that image? Might want to share that image in the chat so that I can try to locate the the specifics of the dig spot. Should be able to get to the other side from here, can't I? I hope I can. Can pull this. Man, I unlocked both basement doors on the same day. That's an accomplishment. So this is interesting. I don't. This is actually a really cool, unique situation. That oh god, there's another. Here it is.
What a day!
Is a rare thing to see, because this shaft has an elevator that links to a room called the Foundation, which is a permanent addition to the mansion, but we don't have it yet. So I just got to the Foundation from the rear without placing it, and there's just a big blank nothing. That's kind of cool. Anyway, we're going to solve several puzzles in here, and thank you for sharing that image. We'll pick that out in a moment. It's time for box puzzles. Everybody loves box puzzles, right?
Push the boxes, slide the boxes, block off your paths.
So we're doing a couple of things here. Trying to get 2 of these here and here. All right, that's step 1. So this is one of them. But I have to do that last. This is one of them. Now I can walk up here and cross these 2 platforms I just placed and go down here in order to push this guy over here.
Boxes. And buttons. Multi-purpose boxes.
Let me look at that picture. Yeah, it kind of looks like...
Yeah, right over here somewhere.
Secret dig spot?
Wouldn't be in the corner. It was somewhere in the middle of the wall.
It's in the wall?
Or in front of the wall. The floor in front of, somewhere middle-ish of this place.
Right, I'm looking in the right spot, right?
Yeah, this looks exactly like it. Like between the pillar and, well, I guess near the pillar, kind of, maybe? Like a...
I have the shovel, right? Do you?
I just sweep back and forth on the right. Yeah, it's definitely not in the corner here. It was... you keep going to this corner. Like, make a spiral around the pillar.
Well, I'm looking at where you circled.
Yeah, it, I wish I'd gotten a screenshot when you were magnified in. It was a few steps from the wall, and in the middle of this, yeah, like about that range, and then yeah, just back and forth, and
Oh!
there. Red room. Lose an item, get 2 rare items. Interesting.
Totally new
Exciting.
floor plan for me. So we are headed over here first. So here we got a card for the 100 Bells Tea Room. It says Sandy Heights, 15 p.m. That's 5 p.m. KPM.
5.
And then we also have a picture of the antechamber controls with the locations of each of the north, south, east, and west levers, but in small text. The second backup levers. So the north lever is underground north of reservoir. I think there's only one of those. The east lever is in the Great Hall. Oh, there isn't a backup lever there. West lever is Secret Garden. Oh, where's the small text?
Bottom
Oh, it's
center.
the bottom, yeah. One backup lever for each antechamber door has been installed in a separate location for redundancy. However, we have been told the locations of this reserve system will not be disclosed to the staff. Soft levers in the greenhouse. I don't think there's anything else over here. But missing a.
East.
I didn't bring that thing over yet. Hopefully that's close enough.
I don't know. That usually on box puzzles you can't step over the part where you're pushing. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, ye of little faith.
Hey.
Oop.
Yeah. Wow. What a busy day.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. This game doesn't have actual collision. Hope I didn't ruin something just then. Anyway, that's all we have left to do in here. I just want to poke in this corner real quick just to sanity check. Nothing over here, right? I don't see anything. Okay, so we're back in the basement on the other side of the reservoir, which is great for many reasons. One, we moved this cart out of our way today. We did that today.
This is going to be a dead end.
You're correct.
And did we use that other disc we got?
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. So there's a bunch of stuff we can get here just by going through the permutations of the things you can access. This one goes up.
Yeah.
Not what I want yet. First of all, you can get the Machinarium, Mechanarium, floor plan. And this is a completed version of that map. Yeah.
That's exactly where it was.
But the other map has writing on it. So there's a torn up version of this map, and then this is the completed version of the map. But the other one has some additional writing on it. Okay, next step is... Oh, this is the up one again. Is that wrong? I don't think there's a passage here. Oh, there is. That's interesting.
90 degrees.
I don't need this one, though. You can get everywhere with just the first set. And I intend to, because otherwise I'll confuse myself. So I want to rotate this one completely around. That's what I think. And there is a way to get there.
Still unexplored diagonal.
I think this is going to get me to the end. But yeah, there's one more.
If that's a rotating pillar on the end one, that would get us to the unexplored diagonal.
Oh, you're right. Okay. So we'll do that later.
Passage to the left.
So here's a red door. Oh, this is the patent thing, isn't it? I've never opened this. I don't know what opens it.
It's talking about the boiler room.
Here's an outlook. Bunch of debris. Okay.
Moon symbol. Yeah, lots in here.
Oh, wow.
Ovin Nevere. All the color symbols.
Yeah, I just noticed that they were there. That's funny. I completely missed this text before. I think I was so excited the first time I got to this room. So, what do we got here? This is called the Sanctum. And in the Sanctum are 8 doors, for which we need to find 8 keys. That's one of our meta puzzles we'll be working on after we get to room 46. And here is the lever that opens the north side of the antechamber.
Ooh. That's the important one.
Which is where room 46 is.
Can't we do anything with those other doors now? I guess not.
I mean, I can jiggle their handle just to show you that they're locked. Or maybe I can't even.
No.
Another clipboard. After almost 3 years in the tunnels, SNR has informed me that we will be closing up the site in June. It has been somewhat bittersweet experience working on such a historically significant excavation over the past 30-odd months, yet being unable to share any of that work with the world. Maybe one day. Still, there's a significant amount of work that has yet to be done, and it is vitally important that we conclude our efforts in the main cavern and reinforce the structural integrity of the site before we seal the tunnels next month. It may be generations before they're reopened.
Yeah, their notes saying they looked purposefully sealed.
This just gets us back into this main area here.
I feel like that opens up a lot of spinning possibilities, but we have checked all the...
We've been in every one.
Okay.
I think we've been in every one. So... I think we're done. I think we're going to go open room 46. After we cash in our final freaking
upgrade disc.
What a day.
Oh, and we could mess with the water again to drain the aquarium, because we've got 95 steps.
I mean, I suppose we could. Just do everything in one day.
Yeah.
Why not? Actually... Do I need... Oh, God. I might be able to do more.
Yes.
God, look at all this dirt.
Oh, geez, yeah. I guess this is the driveway.
Yeah. I don't know if I need the battery to make the thing that I can use to ignite things. And if that's the case, that would be also huge.
I guess we sit at the upgrade table and just combine everything with every other thing.
It's nice about it where it will let you know if something's a viable or even part of a recipe. I do know all the recipes. I'm going to go to security room. I have to deal with this rising music because it thinks I'm excitedly heading towards room 46. Ooh, we got to upgrade the mailroom. This is my favorite upgrade.
Same day delivery?
No.
Oh, entrance steps.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the one.
Very large package.
Entrance steps is too good. That just means every time you find the mailroom the next day you get stuff.
Ease of access versus, but what's the very large package?
It's probably just more stuff. All right, to the workshop.
Might be something unique.
Well, I wouldn't think it could be something unique because you could choose not to do it, right?
But who knows what the
All right,
what
tell me.
convenience items.
Tell me if I remember this correctly. If I combine the magnifying lens and the metal detector, oh my God, we can start fires.
All right, the chapel was one of them.
Yeah, chapel, there's a couple of them. There's two outside. The chapel was one. There was one actually in the basement on the side where the fountain was, so I might need to drain the fountain again. Let's run through here in my head. Chapel is one. Outside is one. Yeah, I think the other one was... Let me bring up my completed map of the basement. Just to get it in my head where the locations are. Where did I put that? Yeah, it's on the fountain side, so I do need to go drain the fountain if I want to do that today. But I do want to do it today. Yeah, but the chapel's the only one inside, so I will go do the chapel.
Is it going to be a long run? Or up through the antechamber, maybe faster?
I'm worried if I go into the antechamber, it might just end the game. So we're not going to do that yet. We have 97 steps. So
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Good to make some scenic tours.
Plus, we have the sneakers too. So. Right. We have 9 keys, so I may as well hit the locker room as well. While I'm doing this.
We're next to the pump room. Do we want to hit that right now?
Yes. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Now we know that draining one from the reservoir is easy whenever we want to do it. Don't have to worry too much about losing our place here.
Fountain is connected to the middle, so it doesn't matter. Any of them are okay. All right, off to chapel. Is a weird windy path. I'll open some locker doors while I'm here. This will probably get us some more fruit.
Locker fruit. It's no wall chicken, but it'll have to do.
Car keys.
That is a thing we have. How far is it to the garage?
Not super far. Have we opened the cart before? We have. All right. So here's another note, I think, from the gardener as he's trying to find room 46. He speculates it's north of the antechamber. He's right about that. He checked to see if it's below the foundation. He checked to see if it's a full 45 rooms. And the boardroom? What does that say? I got rid of my magnifying lens, so I can't tell. Anyway, secret door in the tomb. He's leaning towards that, or it doesn't exist, and it's a red herring. Key. Money. Safety deposit box key. We don't have the vault.
No. Okay. Nothing on the ground. We're not looking at the floor of the lockers, but it seems like things have been close. Carry on.
All right. Well, we're out of keys, so to the chapel.
And does this stay open?
Wait. I didn't pick up the thing. I made it and I didn't pick it up.
Oh my god. You are a special person. We are all very excited about what's going on. Sometimes we make mistakes. Good thing that bedroom is keeping our steps topped off.
Unfortunately, if we ever get down to like 30, I'm gonna have to just complete the game. I think we're a ways away from that.
Yeah, I think we've got it. Another few good in and outs.
Sure. I can't believe I did that. I don't know why it doesn't just add it to your inventory. It's kind of odd. This is right?
Yep.
Hey. So it reveals a piggy bank thing, which you can choose to smash or not. Never smashed it.
I don't think we need the money right now.
I think I'm not gonna. But at some point we should smash it.
Does that remain open like
It
that?
remains open forever. Yeah, this is all permanent progress.
How did you solve that cloister puzzle, by the way?
The cloister puzzle? Which one was there?
The-
Oh, there's a note about it we haven't encountered yet. But it just literally
Okay.
tells you the solution.
Yeah, the real
Okay.
game time is going to be like past midnight by now. It's getting late.
You're not supposed to do all the things in the same day.
Yeah, we have been pushing the limits.
Got a tunnel? The complete manifest for all of the excavation equipment has been rigorously checked and delivered to the upper branch. After tomorrow, the site will be sealed and all remaining hardware will be packed up and transported to the original access tunnel for long-term storage. It's unclear if they will also seal the tunnel after our crew has left, but I suspect they may want to keep ready access to the gear, especially now that they have begun operations in the East Mine. A month ago, I believed that the discovery of gemstones in that cavern was directly linked to the closure of the site, but now I'm not so sure. The Baron didn't seem the type to value shiny baubles over history. I think there's one down where the chess puzzle is.
The chess puzzle will be the elevator behind you.
Yes. Let's see if I'm remembering this correctly.
Doesn't look like it.
Further along, maybe I misremembered. Maybe I'm mixing up two. Think so. Okay. The last one is definitely down Fountain. It might come out there. That might connect these two areas up. See, this is the power of the tool shed. Always pick tool shed.
Yep. Everything all at once coming together. Did we use the upgrade disc? I already forgot.
Yes.
Yes.
After waiting the better part of 3 weeks for equipment to be carefully hoisted down the cliffside, one piece at a time, the wait is finally over. Today we begin our formal foray into the mountain and begin excavation of the first tunnel, the first of many. To prevent future delays, Thomas Sinclair has generously volunteered to install a freight lift to facilitate both personal transport. Both personal transport? Both personnel transport. Weird. However, after... Sorry, what?
That sentence is wrong. You are correct to be confused.
However, after seeing his ornate designs, one can't help but feel the Baron's delicate taste might be better suited for the ballroom crowd. Regardless of the particulars, I'm sure my crew won't object to riding down the tunnels in a fashionable style. Yeah, this just links up that other zone. So now we can get in there even with the fountain not drained. And then we go into room 46. Oops. Wait. How do I call the elevator? I guess I can't.
Unless we want to play with the aquarium. Pump room.
I mean, I guess we could.
We've got the steps for it.
Oops, got the wrong way. So you're saying go to the pump room and drain it, and then go to the aquarium. Which is reasonable because we are now done forever with the fountain.
Center out.
Dramatic music is like, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
I made an error. Okay, it's easily fixed.
I think this is correct. You just drain this one now into the fountain.
Boy, I'd love to lower the reservoir one.
I mean, while we're here.
Yeah.
So how many do we have in the tanks right now?
So which one is the kitchen connected to? This far right one. It's empty, so I can do it. That's easy.
Yes.
Reservoir attaches to this. Back.
No, I don't think this is correct. You're going to drain 2 out of the reservoir.
Really?
Or, nope. Never mind, you were right.
Okay. Aquarium. Oh, let's open the car.
Oh yeah, this. Why not?
Treasure map. I haven't got one of these before. These lead you to a dig spot where you can get some gems and money, which we don't need. But if we go by there...
The front door of the car as well? Is that...
We did open this before, right? Or have we not ever?
I do not recall, so let's look at it again.
Okay. There's just a letter in here. That's the drop-off address.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
We have seen that. I have that address written down.
Okay. So we're headed towards Aquarium next. Okay, so now we can see there's an arrow pointing at one of these filing cabinets. And do double check me on these hints because I haven't worked them out yet. Over here, there's not anything. It doesn't seem like the bedroom has anything to do with it.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Over here, there's an X
In front of the grill. We
in
have the
front of
patio.
grill.
We should check that on our way out as well.
I don't see anything in the hallway.
Same.
And over here, there's an
On the
arrow.
right.
There's an X by the machine, the middle machine in the laundry room, or the middle dryer. We don't have the laundry room.
All right. We do have the patio.
I wonder if, it didn't occur to me that the X's might just be dig spots.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen invisible, unmarked dig spots, so yeah. Let's take a look. What did they bury in front of the barbecue? So that's where I'd keep my secret stuff. Buried on the concrete patio. Right center in front of it. You're dodging the spot I want to look at. More thorough scan there.
Kind of doing what you're expecting?
A little further. Keep going.
More? There's some furniture in the way.
Yeah, it was closer there. Maybe look down further in case it's a range limiter.
You want it out from the thing.
Around where you're standing.
So I'm not seeing anything. So
Uh,
it's got this
sweep
red
again.
button on it, which I always thought was maybe significant.
I would like to sweep again because I think you were looking too far away from your feet, and it would be out of range.
Oh, oh my God.
File cabinet key, and we know
We don't.
we don't have the archives.
All right. So what this is, so I'm piecing some stuff together. This is great. This is new progress for me. I'm piecing some stuff together, which is probably always the patio and the laundry room will have access to the file cabinet key. So we just need to get either of those rooms and the archives in the same run, and we should be able to open the filing cabinet. Well, that's great. I really don't think there's anything else we can do today.
Yeah, draining the pool, but that seems unnecessary, so let's...
What's that?
I am kidding. Static.
I think that came from Dan. All right. Well, I'm going to go think the thing.
All right.
Or the music loses its mind.
It's happy, just in the zone.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is you can't leave yet. You have to go into the antechamber.
$46. We win. Game over. Success.
There was once a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. He didn't see the birds or the changing of the leaves, and he never saw the sights of life's many symphonies. He couldn't see beyond the red shade he was aware. He never caught a glimpse of the world I had to share. But one day the prince saw something new. And if you look closely, you might see it too. The skies parted and the clouds withdrew. The prince had a new favorite color. The color blue.
So I note that was different from the book that was published.
Yep.
And, yep, that's probably the original text that was complained to be political. Which seems quite clear.
there you go. That was the first part of Blueprints.
So is this thing?
Well, clearly there's more to it, and we're going to keep going unless you guys are sick of this already. We went pretty late today, so we'll wrap it up here soon. But at the beginning of next session, I'll explain what the outstanding mysteries are, and there are quite a few of them. I'm sure you noticed. We clearly did not do everything.
Yep.
Importantly, on our subsequent playthroughs, we can actually get into room 46, and it's a legitimate room, and there's, stuff in it. So that will be the key. Any final thoughts you guys want to add for tonight?
No.
Well, thanks for
So
hanging
much
out.
fun.
Yeah, it was an incredible day 8. It's crazy. I guess we'll see you all in 1 week.